The challenge that we face as human beings is realizing that the things that we do are our own independent things. So for me, I'm always worried about my productivity and thinking about, man, I am not doing enough. I feel too slow. I cannot actually do as much as somebody else that I'm looking at. And I have to realize and let myself know, just as you should be thinking about this, is that it's okay to do your own unique thing, whatever that is. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Maslach. I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship. And I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor for, to help you out as much as I possibly can. Everybody has something that they would like to improve in their life, whatever that thing is. And for me, it is thinking about productivity and thinking about how I can actually become a better scholar, a better academic. Often, other things are really important in my life too. That's why I think everybody has these experiences, is that you're thinking about, having a better relationship, where you are trying to build a better relationship, whether it's with your spouse or with your siblings or whoever. You're always thinking about, building these relationships when you see somebody else in your immediate vicinity is having a more wonderful relationship, or it looks so much more nicer when they do those things compared to when you do those things. Another thing that is that resonates with me is I'm more of an introvert. So I do laugh and I do have fun, but I still would love to be the life of the party and be sort of the thing. I struggle with that, as some of you have watched this, is that I really want to be, the popular person, but that's never going to be my sort of thing that I have. That's not going to be the sort of thing that I possess. I'm always going to be the person that's going to be in the back of the room being kind of shy and nervous and things like that. So we all have these things. When we look around, we think that we want to do a little better. We all want to be a better person and look to see it, how I can be like so-and-so, or, improve this particular thing. But what I want to get you to know is, first of all, you are already remarkable. There's really nothing that you have to change about you. There is some things that you can improve, but we'll get there. I would like you to sort of think about that you are, you're enough, and who you are. Whether you are an introvert and you have sort of things, or maybe you are slow in terms of productivity, or you're slow in the classroom, whatever that thing is, you are good enough. But what I want you to think about is getting to the point where you just don't care about all the other stuff around you, and you got to get to the point where you just say, I can't say this on YouTube, but you basically just say, screw it, in not so polite of terms, where you got to get to that point where you just don't care about all the other stuff around you. Just totally disregard everything else around you, and get to the point where you are in a moment of creation, or moment of where you're living at that particular moment, whatever that thing is. So for me, the big thing is creating, where I get to the moment where I am actually doing something and I feel connected with you, or I feel connected with, the work that I do, which is writing academic papers or analyzing things, or all those kind of stuff. I have to get to that point, and the way that I get to that point is just really focusing on the particular task or the particular thing, and not worrying about all that other stuff out there. And if you're building relationships or thinking about relationships, it does not matter. It really does not matter if they disregard you. You're thinking too much about them. Those people, they already don't care about what you're thinking at this moment. You have to get to the point where you just detach from what they're thinking. You're already giving it too much thought when you're thinking about them. They don't even think about you in any sort of way. So why should you be thinking about them? If you get to that moment where you can detach and you could disregard everything, you can live a lot much more fulfilled life with the relationships that you do have. You already have amazing relationships from people that actually care about you. So why go to the point of thinking about, if I do those things, everybody is going to love me and everybody is going to want to be near me? You know, whether it's your siblings or whether it's even your spouse, of thinking about, you know, if I do these particular things, then everything is going to be right. And then that person is going to, you know, become much more attached to who you are as an individual. That's not how things work. How it works is you become a stable individual where you're doing your thing, and those people join what you're doing because they're naturally interested in what you're doing. And so it takes a long time to see that and build that thing. It's going to take longer than a year. It's going to take probably longer than 5 years to do this thing, whatever you're working on. It's going to take decades to build this thing. But if you become a grounded person where you are working forward towards something, disregarding all of that other stuff, then you become a much more interesting person to be around, and embrace those things that you have that you think are flaws. So your insecurities, the fact that you don't, you know, the fact that maybe you do care too much sometimes, that's okay. That is something that you naturally do, and you just have to embrace that. And the reason why you naturally do that is because you had things that have happened to you long time ago that have been built into you. And so once you get to the moment where you feel okay with being yourself, then a lot of stuff changes in you, in your life. And you might not get to the point where you're ever, for me, I might never get to the point where I'm amazingly productive and everybody knows me for the hundreds and, you know, many different papers that I've written and research papers that I've written. And if you get to the point where you're okay with that, that's when you can live a fulfilled life and feel okay with yourself. So with that message, make sure that you get out there and you just disregard and get to the point where you're just creating and doing good things for you. And the rest of it sorts itself out, because if you become a decent person that is stable, that is doing your thing, you become a very attractive, interesting person to be around, where people like to associate with what you're doing. And that becomes an okay thing for everybody. So with that message, get out there and do some wonderful things today. Really concentrate on being a decent, amazing person that just wants to create and have fun and do the things that you want to do. And the rest of it, as long as you're a decent human being, it's going to sort itself out. So good luck and have fun today. All right, take care. Bye. Oh, give me one of those if you like this video. Bye.